you rap about your faith. Have you ever felt pressure to kind of water it down?
Man, good question. My biggest, repeat that one more time.
So if you had to baptize your rap career with one Bible verse, which one would you pick?
Jesus hands you the aux cord.
Whoa.
What's the one track you play to rep him and yourself?
Yeah, that one was like a difficult 3-point.
Yeah.
Today on The Authentic Podcast, we're sitting down with a Christian hip hop artist who's been making serious noise here in San Antonio with standout tracks like Hit Different and Gift of Gab. He's built a growing fan base by staying real, keeping his faith front and center, and using his platform to speak life. He's not just an artist though, he's a husband and a father to 3 beautiful, amazing girls, and someone who's committed to walking in his own purpose while navigating the ups and downs of his music journey. Please welcome to the show, my brother, Lito.
Let's go.
What's up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you coming in, man. Real stuff.
Absolutely.
Real stuff.
I wanted to make sure I chopped it up super nice for you, bro, and just to throw in some family stuff in there too, because you're a family man.
Of course, man. That's one of the most important things, so I gotta throw that in there for sure.
Lito, you know what when we start this off, right? I know you and James have known each other for quite some time, man, and he knows a lot about you, right? And coming from me and even the viewers out there, you know, I want to learn more personally about you, man. I love your music, and I just want, you know, I want you to share with the viewers as well, you know, who is Lito, right? Like, you know, tell us, you know, more about yourself and how you got to where you're at today, right? I want to know everything from the biking Lito to the rapping Lito to the father Lito, right? Now the golfing Lito, right? I want to know it all, man. So if you don't mind sharing with us.
Yeah, I'm just a military kid who grew up moving around. My dad was in the military, in the Army, so grew up with that, you know, aspects of my life. And he was kind of he would go to, you know, get deployed and stuff. So when he was gone, I was kind of wilding out. You know, I didn't have that like authority figure there to kind of keep me in check. So as a kid, I was kind of rambunctious, kind of wild. Kind of just like doing whatever I wanted.
Just a little bad kid.
Yeah, I was a little bad kid, to put it blunt. Yeah, and but my dad would come home and like he was really the rock in my life and kind of steered me back straight when I was wilding out. And so when he was gone, my Uncle Junior lived with us, and that was like my big brother, right? He was my mom's brother, and so he introduced me to like rap and bikes. He would wheelie, and he was really into rap, and he would make me CDs of 106 in Park Top 10. Yep. Right. So me and my brothers were always like bumping rap, and my dad hated rap. So it was like when my dad would come home, we would bump heads and stuff. Yeah. But you know, that's my rock, man. That's my boy. I love my dad. So. That's how I got introduced to the bikes, the music. Really, my uncle was a big influence on my life.
That's dope, man. Yeah. See, that's awesome. And you know, I think we can all relate with the military function, at least, you know, right? Yeah. I was kind of in a similar boat with Pop's TDYs and stuff. So you know how it goes, right? So that's big, man. That's big. And how's it being a father right now? You know, you got 3 amazing girls, and you know, shouts out girl dad.
Just had twins, man.
Let's go.
It's awesome, man. It's everything I thought it would be and more, you know. I call it's beautiful chaos in my house. There's a lot going on, but like I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It's beautiful.
How much sleep you getting right now?
Not much, man. Not much. I'm trying. Yeah. Me and my wife are trying to, you know, balance it out. Give her some sleep, then I'll get some sleep. So yeah, we're trying it.
There you go.
Yeah, bro. I remember when I had my son, bro. My wife has a picture, and I'll send it to Elliot so he can put it in here. But my wife has a picture of me in the hospital. Actually, I think it was when I had my daughter. I don't know. It was one of my kids. But bro, I'm like trying to, you know, when you're in the hospital and you're sleeping on that couch, that infamous couch. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to stay awake, and I'm like waiting for the baby to wake up, not really knowing what to do, and I think my eyes are open, but I don't remember her taking this picture. Like I was a zombie, bro. Like gut was hanging over. Like I'm like this. Like my eyes were open, but I think I was asleep.
Yeah.
Anyway, she sends me that all the time, and it makes me think back to like those days with no sleep, you know, waking up every 2-3 hours with the babies, and I'm sure with twins, bro, it's probably even more crazy.
So that's the thing, man. My wife was our first one. She was a trooper, so she, you know, when she was off and I was going back to work, she would wake up with the baby, do her thing, and I would sleep. Now there's no taking turns. It's like, no, you get one, I get one, and we're doing this.
Teamwork makes the dream
chaos,
work, bro.
man. Beautiful chaos. I love that. I love that.
That's dope, man. I'm gonna hop into the questions, man. I wrote down a bunch of questions. There's no way I'm getting to all of these, but it was some questions that I really had been wanting to ask, and I felt like, hey, what better time than now?
Yeah, let's do it.
So my first question is, you rap about your faith. Have you ever felt pressure to kind of water it down for the listeners, for the viewers, to maybe make it more popular or whatever it is?
Yeah, I'd say I felt the need to water it down for years prior to this, which is why if you've been following my music career, even in the old secular music, man, I'm always talking about God in some type of way. I'm always praying, but I just could never find it in myself to fully transition into like Christian faith-based rap. Because at the time, you know, I wasn't really living like, I wasn't following Christ, to be frank. And I just, to be honest, thought it was corny, like the Christian rap, because I wasn't in it. I didn't really understand it at the time. So yeah, at that point, definitely I was like, you know, that Christian hip hop is not it. That's not where it's at. It's not cool. So I would always throw God in my raps, and I thought that was enough.
Yeah. Just,
But,
just a little sprinkle.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm praying, right? But no, and then when I finally, you know, accepted Jesus and understood the gospel and, you know, accepted him to my heart, then I'm like, okay, now it's time to use my gift to glorify God and like do that. So
yeah, you do a really good job at it, bro. And I think when I got out of the military and moved back to San Antonio and started the Bible study, and I knew I wanted to get back in my faith.
Yeah.
And one hard thing keeping me from that was listening to secular music. Even with my kids in the car, you know, I'd be jamming out to, you know, Drake or, you know, Kendrick Lamar, whatever it was. I'd be jamming out to some crazy stuff, but it was always because I thought, just like you said, Christian hip hop was corny or lame or whatever it was. There was one good artist out there, Lecrae, and nobody knew about anyone else.
yeah, it's evolved so much now,
bro.
man. Like,
Yes.
Whereas before, yes, it was corny. A lot of the artists really were like, it was like hard to listen to. But now it's like, man, there's artists that are making better Christian music than secular music, and it's like it sounds better. It's not just because they're talking about God. It's like, no, this is sonically better than what y'all are doing.
Absolutely.
No Big Deal has a song where he says something about rap, and he's like, oh shoot, the Christians got
He
it.
said the Renaissance.
Yeah,
the rap
Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Yes,
The problem
bro.
is the Christians got it.
Yes, bro.
This
So
combo is fire already for the start off. We're gonna take a real quick break though. Shouts out to At Where Grinding Never Stops. And this is The Authentic Podcast with our guy, Lido. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks for tapping back in. Welcome to The Authentic Podcast. We're with our very special guest here, our guy Lido, man. And we started off this conversation hot, man. And so I want to jump right into where we just left off from this break, right? Talking about being, you know, before jumping fully in, you know, being secular in this motion of music, right? And I have personal friends as well, man, that are coming to me saying, man, you know, I really want to start making Christian rap music, man. It's blowing up, this and that. But they're still on that other lane, right? And they haven't made that full jump over. So what I wanted to ask you, man, was like, what was that moment for you? What happened? You know, and I think maybe you even referred it into in a couple of your tracks, of course, on Light Work. Check that out. You have to check that out. It's a fire album. But tell us about that, man. What made you go from like that one toe in to full foot in to, yo, I'm jumping straight in?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. I feel like there's a lot to unpack there, because it's really not simple. It's not like a simple answer, but I'll get into it a little bit. So it started with me fully accepting Christ, right? And I'll just get into it. It's a little story. So my friends and I, while we were in college, we were always doing psychedelics. We were doing drugs,
Gotcha.
right? Mushrooms, LSD, stuff like that. And at first it was real fun. It was all fun and games, right? Until one time I was on these drugs, and but those drugs actually opened up the spiritual realm in my mind. Like it made the spiritual realm super real to me. Like I was like, oh, this stuff is real. Energies, spirits, vibes, like all that stuff, right?
Yeah. So
I'm like, one time I had an experience on the drugs where I experienced some dark entities. I would say that's like the best way I could describe it, and that kind of freaked me out to a point where I was like, oh, the dark is super real. I just experienced like the dark side. So the light has to be real as well, right? Yin and yang, it's like common sense.
Yeah.
If the dark is real, the light is real. So I was like, man, I want to pursue the light. I want nothing to do with that dark stuff I just felt and saw. And some people might say like that was the drugs, but I believe like I opened a door, right, that I wasn't supposed to. So I started going to Bible study at Texas State, me and my cousin Justin. We started going to Bible study, and that is where I really understood for the first time the meaning of the gospel, the importance of Jesus, and what it meant to really accept him into my heart.
Yeah.
And after that, I had another experience, but on the light side. There was a Bible study where we were going over the story of Abraham. So in the story of Abraham, if my memory serves me right, he has a son with the servant woman because God promised him a son, but it was taking too long with his wife.
Right.
So he had a son with the servant woman. Long story short, God's like, hey, that's not what I wanted you to do. To show me you're faithful, bring your son up to the mountain and sacrifice your son.
Yeah.
So Abraham was gonna do it. God saw he
Took
was
him all the way up there.
Took him all the way up
I
there.
believe he had him tied up too.
Yeah, he was about to like do the
He
deed.
was ready, bro.
And God's like, all right, I see you.
You're about it.
So we go over that story in Bible study, and we're praying, and the leader is like praying us out, and he's like, let's ask God, what he would want us to sacrifice, right? So at the time, super big potheads, like smoking weed all the time. And I'm praying, and I'm like, God, what do you want me to give up? Boom, weed pops in my head, and I'm like,
Damn.
is that God or is that me? I don't know. So I'm like, no, you know what? I'm gonna take it as God. And the next day, I made the decision to give up weed. I go pick up my cousin the next day. Mind you, like I haven't told anybody like what's going on. So everyone, like my cousin gets in the car, starts rolling up, standard procedure. So I'm like, yeah, so we're driving and I'm like, hey, yeah, no, I'm good, bro. He's like, what? Why? And I start telling him about what I've been going through. I start telling him about my faith. I start telling him how I accepted Jesus. I start telling him how like I just felt broken down. Like I've been trying to there's days where like I would like try not to cry and I didn't know why, right? And I would like hold it in. And I told him, I'm like, I'm tired of like being strong, being strong on my own. Anyways, it got real deep in the car, and he's like, really feeling what I'm saying, really like, digesting what I'm saying. And all of a sudden, this presence comes in the car, bro, and we're like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, but what I describe as the Holy Spirit just like came into the truck, And it was so heavy that he asked me, he's like, bro, what is this?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's God, bro. Like, God's here.
Yeah.
And
he felt it too.
He felt it too, yeah.
Man.
And so he was like crying. He's hanging out of the car, bro. Like, God is so good. I love God.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the first time I could say, like, I actually felt what I believe was the Holy Spirit. And so boom, that sets the stage, right? That's like I feel like I'm marked. I'm like, okay, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus is God. This stuff is real. But still, you know, I'm still working through stuff. I'm not perfect. Still to this day, I struggle with stuff. And disclaimer, right? I'm not perfect. I still struggle to this day.
We all fall short.
Yeah, and that's the importance of Jesus.
You say in one of your songs, bro, and I was listening to everything on the way over here, and it's the first song on the album where you know you say something about dying to your flesh, and then you have a silencer go off.
Yeah.
And I thought that was genius, bro. Something about dying to your flesh, or it's in what song is that,
It's
bro?
the first one. Here I am.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Something about killing your flesh or dying to your flesh, and then the silencer goes off in the background. I was like, bro, that is so hard.
And the story you just told right now is on the album as well, like literally, almost verbatim. You got to check it out. What he's about to tell you.
Yeah. I condensed it into a verse and put it in a song called "Hit Different." Yeah.
Fire, bro.
And then I started to try to make Christian rap, and it wasn't hitting how I wanted it to. Fast forward, a long time had passed. I kind of fell away from my faith. A lot of stuff happened. And then, man, when I had kids, like, I could just feel it in my soul, bro. Like God was calling me back, all right? So I was like, man, I need to get right, dude. So I stopped making the music I was making because I'm like, dude, I'm a father now. I'm a husband. I'm working on my relationship with God. And I've always tried to be real in my music and like talk about things I'm really going through and really doing. So it just transferred to the music, man. Like it just poured into my music, my art.
Fire, man. Fire. Man, this is deep right here, man. And that literally hit different. So we're going to take a real quick intermission. We're going to be right back. James, you got some burning questions, right, coming up?
I got a bunch.
All right, y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thanks for tapping back in again here at The Authentic Podcast with my man Lido. James has some upcoming burning questions here that we want to jump right into. If you're just tuning in, man, stay around because it's only going to get better and better and better. But James, go ahead and lead the way here, my man.
Yeah, I will, bro. Don't ever tell me anything like that again. My questions are burning, but his aren't. All right. But I do have a question, bro.
What's up?
You're a father, you're a husband, you're a musician, you're an artist, right? You put a lot of time into your faith, going to Bible studies and reading the word. You do a lot, bro. You have a lot on your plate. So my question is, what does balance look like for you right now? And where do you feel tension the most?
Balance for me right now is, first and foremost, my girls are really young right now, so I make that the top priority right now. Just helping my wife out, you know, making sure I'm present.
Of course.
And then I would say whenever I get some time, you know, I get in my word, especially at night on my downtime. You know, if I don't get into it during the day, I get into my word, and then any free time after that, bro, I'm trying to like golf or ride my bike or hoop or work out. You know what I mean? Just some extracurricular activities.
I like it, bro. So riding your bike, bro, there's a lot of, you'll put on Instagram like, bro, you're doing some crazy stuff. And it's funny because you don't even know this. I didn't tell you, but Vic hit me up. Vic from the Bible study.
Yeah.
And it's the Authentic Podcast, so I'm just going to say everything, bro. He hit me up and said, bro, I'm really worried about Lido. I said, Lido? Like, what happened? Like, that's I follow you too, bro. I'm seeing everything you post. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are you worried about? He's like, bro, you know, I ride bikes too, and you know, that's some really dangerous stuff that he's doing with all those wheelies. He has kids. He needs to think about it. I'm like, bro, everybody has a hobby. First of all,
Yeah.
What if my hobby was skydiving, Vic? And I post that I'm skydiving right now? You know, are you gonna message me and be like, James, stop doing what you love and stop skydiving because you have kids? Like, bro, that's my hobby.
Yeah.
That's what I love doing.
Yeah.
And I'm good at it.
Yeah.
You're not out there riding bikes for your first time, doing wheelies for your second time. Like, you are good at what you do when it comes to this. So it's less dangerous for you to do that than it is for someone like me.
Correct, yeah.
And that's the way I combated it. But I know you said your uncle is kind of how you got into that, but what makes that so, I guess, I don't know, like what makes you want to do that so bad? Like, how did you go that route?
Yeah. That's a good question. I have a lot of family members with the same concern.
Okay.
My father-in-law, like my mom,
Yeah.
you know. So it's not like I take no offense to it.
Okay.
It's totally normal. It's a normal concern. I thank people for having that concern, right? Like, but so again, it started with my uncle. He rode bikes, and he didn't only ride bikes. He stunted bikes. So I grew up in Hawaii with my uncle around all the time. And he would take my brother and I to the wheelie strip.
Okay.
And we would watch all these people doing stunts and, you know, endos, wheelies, burnouts. So that's where, like, I fell in love with it. Like, as a young kid, I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And then as I got older, right, like, I can't afford a bike. So as I became an adult and I'm like making my own money, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a bike. Me and my brother got bikes. And yeah, man, before my kids were born, I put a lot of time into learning how to wheelie, like hours, days, like, and so, man, just being on a bike and doing a wheelie is like, it's so freeing. Like, you're not thinking about anything else. It's almost like, we call it throttle therapy, right?
Yeah,
like,
I
you
like
get on
that.
a bike and you're just like, boom, no other cares in the world.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've seen some bad stuff happen on bikes. So I'm on my P's and Q's. I do wheelie, but I don't like wheeling like around other vehicles. Like, I'll wheelie when I'm in the pack with the bikes and stuff. So I do wild out a little bit, but it's like,
It's calculated.
yeah, definitely calculated for sure.
Have you had a bad accident or an accident?
I have not had a bad accident.
And you won't.
Outside of like the practice lot.
Yeah.
So when I practice wheeling, I would fall. I'd get road rash and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the worst that would happen. And that's what I like about riding on the street and stunting on the street is like, I can fall and I'll be okay. I'm not going 100 miles an hour. I'm not doing jumps like a dirt bike on a track or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm fine, you know. But I thank you everyone for your concerns.
Shout out to Vic, man, from his Bible.
Yeah,
Shout out, Vic.
I remember when I first saw that, man, and I saw you popping wheelies and you know, on the street circuit of that on Instagram one time, and I was like, dang, is my guy like from Philly or where's he from, bro? He be street riding, like this is hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, and huge disclaimer, like, don't try that at home. If you have any questions or you want to learn from one of the best, like, hit up Lido by all means. You know, get that rider therapy going on.
There's a good way to go about it. You don't
Yeah.
want to just hop on and try to like do some crazy
I
stuff.
just bought a bike. Let me go do a little.
Let me go.
You'll
Let me
get
go
hurt.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Nah, man, that's big. And so I want to jump back into, you know, just a question that I've had and I want to learn more of is, what's one of the biggest challenges that you faced in your walk with God, bro? Like, and how did it shape you and your music to today?
Man, good question. My biggest, repeat that one more time.
So
My biggest,
So what's your biggest challenges that you
Challenge.
faced in your
Okay.
walk with God, right? And how has it shaped your music?
my biggest challenge, I would say, and this is super, I'm gonna just be super vulnerable, is feeling like a fraud, man. Like, especially when I put myself out there and I talk about Jesus, talk about God, and then I mess up the next day or like a couple days later, and I'm like, why am I even, like, am I even good enough to be spreading this message? You know what I mean? So I'd say that's the biggest challenge for me, is kind of just accepting God's grace, and knowing I'm like accepting I'm gonna be imperfect for the rest of my life, and being okay with that, and still stepping out in faith and spreading the gospel. You know what I mean?
That's deep, bro. And I think what's important about that is you know, and we know your heart posture, and God knows, more importantly, your heart posture has changed from old Lito to who you are now, the man you've become. You want to be better. You want to burn for God. Like, you want to learn about him and continuously spread the gospel. And like, your heart posture is in the right place. It's just the human part of us that makes us fall short.
Absolutely.
Which is, luckily, we have God's grace, you know?
Thank God.
Thank God,
for that
literally.
grace. Yeah, man.
And nah, man, he knows that, and you don't need to hear this from me, but he knows that we're gonna fall short. We know that we're gonna fall short.
Yeah.
But we're not falling short on purpose.
Yeah.
We're falling short because that's who we are as humans. God gives us that grace to continue on, man. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that because I know I'm not the only one that feels like that. Man.
Yeah.
I know people kind of stray away from their faith because they'll mess up so much, and they're like, "Why am I even trying?" Right?
For sure.
But I just want to encourage somebody, man. Just keep going, keep seeking God, and keep following God. And keep
Man, bro, that's a big point, man, because in a culture, especially in the music side of things, a lot of artists, and we see it on a daily, are putting on their, like, a different persona, a different mask, right? But I hear your music, man, and that's why you're here, to, like, authentic as can be, man, and what he just said, right? And I think that is huge, man. And you know, even one of my questions was, how do you stay authentic? And that just answered it, right? Like, just being vulnerable here, and you're sharing it in your music from what we hear. So, man, what a fire episode that we got going on, everybody. We're gonna take a real quick break. We're gonna be right back. Thanks for tapping in. Shouts out to Lito, man. Real stuff. We'll be right back. Thanks for tapping back in, The Authentic Podcast. Now, Lito, we got a really cool segment, man, that we like to do, okay? It's called Shoot the Shot, all right? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, man.
All right, man. All right, so James, we're going to start off.
yeah, it's
Go
gonna
ahead,
be 6
shoot the shots.
questions back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yep.
And whatever is kind of on your mind, that's how you'll answer it.
We're just shoot
the shot.
Yep.
Shoot the
Yep.
shot.
Yep.
So you're in the studio with No Big Deal, Holvey, and Forrest Frank. You get one verse. Who are you trying to outbar and why?
Ooh.
I'm trying to outbar No Big Deal
Okay.
because I'd say out of the three of those, he's like the most rapper.
Okay.
Like Hovey
Yeah.
and Forrest Frank, they kind of like do melodies,
Yeah.
melodic type of stuff. Hovey can still rap.
Yeah.
And I think Forrest can put some bars together, but I would be trying to out-rock No Big Deal.
No Big Deal. Okay.
All right, that's fine. All right, next one, man. All right, you ready? Jesus hands you the aux cord.
Whoa.
What's the one track you play to rep him and yourself?
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Can you imagine Jesus
Some
being like,
golden aux cord. Yeah.
How you gonna rep me and you, man?
Yeah.
Jesus, we got Bluetooth.
Myself and him, so like one of my tracks?
Yeah, man.
It could be one of yours. Whatever you want.
Whatever.
Dang. Ooh, man. Just straight from the hip off the top.
Yeah,
I was
please.
going with Walking by Faith with my feature,
Yeah, I'm
my boy
walking by.
Tim. Shout out to
Yeah, I'm walking by faith. That song goes hard.
I love that.
Man, Toombs has such a. Okay, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
If you had to baptize your rap career with one Bible verse, which one would you pick?
Bro, you guys
Shoot the shot.
one Bible verse?
Yeah, you got to baptize your rap career with one Bible verse. Which one are you picking?
Oh my goodness. Dude, now I'm like, the Bible verses.
Yeah.
That meme.
You can pull out the Bible app too if you need to.
Yeah.
Unless you got something.
Bro, yeah. I'm definitely gonna need some help. Let me see if
I got you, bro.
my rap career. That's what's making it hard. Like, I
Yeah.
can think of a good Bible verse, but to baptize a rap career. would have to be like a song from David about like his song. You know what I mean?
I opened up and I'm in the Psalms right now.
That's wild. That's
That is
wild.
Going through it.
Take your time. Take your time. These are.
Because I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got time today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got time today.
I feel like I'm cheating because I'm.
Nah.
No. I think that's perfect. We got it to our. If you don't got the Bible app, you go ahead and go download it right now.
1000%, man. Any special plans you got on the Bible plan that you recommend? I'm doing eternity plan. I mean,
I would always say if you are just jumping into the Bible, you're just learning, you're a new follower of God, I would say the Sermon on the Mount.
yeah, fire. Absolutely.
Matthew chapter 5 through chapter 7. Jump into it, read it, learn from Jesus himself.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Yeah, man. Just for the sake of time, I'm gonna go with Psalms 96.
Psalms 96. You got it? You wanna read it?
Says, yeah. Sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth. Sing to the Lord, praise his name. Proclaim his salvation day after day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous deeds among all people. So yeah, I baptized my rap career with that, man. Just like that it reaches the nations, man, that it glorifies God, you know.
Dang.
That's deep. That's deep.
That's a good one.
All right, man. Next one. You ready? We're gonna keep it going.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
You ready?
Let's do
All
it.
right. That one kind of stumped him a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, man. You got a mic and a beat, and 60 seconds in front of the devil. What's your opening line?
My opening line, first one, I'm thinking Shook One's beat.
Ooh.
Shook One's beat, because he about to be shook.
Yeah, my
My
dog.
first line, dang. My first line is Holy Spirit speak through me.
That's fire. That's fire.
That'd be a crazy visual too, bro.
Here's some holy.
All right, with that.
Because it's not me, bro.
Yeah. All right, what's more dangerous? A lukewarm Christian or a dope beat with no message?
Ooh. More dangerous?
Yeah. I feel like that's loaded too.
Man, that is kind of loaded. I would say a lukewarm Christian, man. A dope beat with no message, you can tell it's a dope beat with no message, right? It could be like, okay, this is what it is. I'm gonna take it for what it is. It doesn't have a message.
Yeah.
A lukewarm Christian can give you some truth and lead you astray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the lukewarm Christian is a little more dangerous.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Okay. Next one. God gives you a stadium tour or a street revival. What are you choosing?
If I could do the stadium tour with my Christian rap and revival breakout in the stadium, I'm going with that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I want to touch the most people for God. So it's like, if the stadium tour, if it's just the stadium tour, no people touched by God, or the revival in the streets, I'm going with the revival.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a good answer,
Yeah.
bro. I went to No Big Deal's concert. Well, it was Hovey's concert. No Big Deal opened up for him.
Yeah.
But there was a part at the very end of it where they started singing praise and worship music. And Hovey was like, right now is the moment. Like, if you want to give your life to Christ right now, like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, I get that this is a concert, but let's put the concert on pause.
Yeah.
And let's give our lives to Christ.
Yeah.
So it was just dope, bro.
And if they're there for Hovey, man, they've heard about Jesus.
Yeah,
You know, they know his message. So yeah, that's good, man.
100%.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Yeah, so that was Shoot the Shot. That was it right there.
Oh yeah,
Shoot the shot.
yeah.
Were they all right questions? Did you like
Yeah, I
it?
feel like that one was like a difficult 3-pointer.
Yeah, bro. Buzzer beater for
Yeah,
the win.
for sure.
Yeah, well, everybody, thank y'all for tapping in. We'll be right back. You just witnessed Shoot the Shot with Lido.
Come on.
Great job, my man. Real stuff, man. That was fire. We'll be right back with a few announcements here. Stay tuned. Thanks for tapping in, everybody, at The Authentic Podcast. We're gonna keep it jumping, man. Again, Lito, thank you so much, man. All these questions that we've been asking, if you've been tuning in, I mean, they've been super genuine and authentic. Couldn't ask for a special, even better guest than this right here, right in front of us. So, James, go ahead and take us away, man. I heard you got something special.
I do, man. I wish y'all could hear Dylan talk when the camera's off, because as soon as we press play, this man's voice goes up like another, hey, what's going on? Hey, welcome back, y'all, to the... Anyways, so we're hopping into another question. My bad, bro. I don't mean to put you on blast.
Are you good?
All right, so my next question is, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. What do people get wrong about Christian hip hop, especially here in San Antonio?
Just off the top, that is corny. I think it's evolved a lot. I think we were saying this off camera, or was it on camera? That just sonically, like, Christian music is a lot better now. Like, sonically, it's better than secular rap, in my opinion. And another misconception is that these Christian artists have it all together.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's a big one.
Yeah.
you know, that they're like this perfect God-fearing, you know, their walk with Christ is perfect. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, nobody's walk is perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I would say.
To add on top of that, I don't mean to take away
you're
from your
good.
next question,
Please.
but to add on top of that, what are 5 San Antonio artists that you listen to? I'm saying 5, like a starting 5, that you listen to that we can put the viewer on.
Okay.
And no disrespect to anyone that doesn't make the starting
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
It's just his starting 5.
Dude, oh man. 5 San Antonio artists I listen to. I'm gonna put y'all on to my boy Toombs, my guy Serve Yahweh.
Does that count as 2 or 1?
I'm gonna put them as one.
1, okay.
My guys Die Empty. My guy Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
And bro, I'm gonna be honest. There's these young kids in the city doing their thing right now. I forget what they call their collective, but it's Kevon.
Oh yeah.
It's
I know who you're talking about.
Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand.
Thailand 1K, I think.
Kevon. Yeah.
And man, what's his name?
Is the Hispanic dude one of them?
No.
He speaks Spanish?
He's got dreads or braids. Dang, what's his name? Earl Onyx. That's what he's
Earl
going
Onyx,
by now.
yes,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what he's going by now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shout them out. Those are the 5
Yeah, that's a good vibe.
Christian artists right
So
now.
just to
that
go
I'm
over the
going
5 again, we got Toombs.
for. Toombs.
We got Serve Yahweh, which is Jeremy King and Josh Springer.
Yep.
We got Die Empty, which
Yep.
is my big bro Mantangi and
Dom.
Yep. You got
Sunday.
Sunday, and then you got, I forget what the group is called.
And then the
but yeah.
Young Collective. Yeah, man.
Earl Onyx, Kevon, and Thailand 1K.
Yeah.
That's
There's
good
a couple.
five.
There's a couple
great
more
five.
in there, but
Yeah.
those 3 out of them are like I bump their stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
bro.
Yeah.
And I listen to all 5 of those. So yeah, if you don't know who those individuals are, please look them up. They got music on Spotify, Apple Music,
I think
everything.
all streaming platforms you can look them up.
We might
Yeah.
need to get y'all on another cipher or something, man. Like
Yeah.
that's a crazy
Yeah.
dream team right there, bro.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Speaking of that, man, what's a lyric or a bar that maybe you've been writing or something that you've already written that gives you kind of like chills to this day, or you know what I mean? Something,
Yeah.
and what's that story behind it? Would you say?
Oh man, I don't know, man. A bar that gives me chills.
Or maybe your favorite bar.
Yeah.
I have a song. I'm gonna just give y'all the whole song because I feel like the whole song is a like a metaphor.
Okay.
It's the song on Lightwork. It's called Middleman.
Oh yeah. I'm just a
And
middleman.
yeah, and I'm kind of just
Middleman.
and the metaphor is just like I'm a middleman for God, right? Like, but comparing it to being a middleman for a drug dealer,
Yeah.
and just saying I'm not the plug, right?
What a twist, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that God is ultimately the plug. I'm just a middleman here to distribute the message.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
fire. That's fire.
I think that's like my favorite concept of a song that I've done right now.
Gotcha.
It was pretty hard.
I do. I was telling James before you had arrived, man, and when I was listening to the album Lightwork, you know, I dabbled in, I just listen to a lot of music in general, right? And when I listened to a couple of the tracks, for some reason internally I got this like feel of like a kind of like an East Coast type of feel to it, bro. Like and my first question that I really wanted to ask was like, where does that come from, bro? Because I love that style, man. It really does feel like true 90 work, like a part of that 90 flavor East Coast in it sauce, you know. So where's that come from for you?
Where it comes from for me is just being a fan of like hip hop at its core, right? The bars. Like I think it's evolved so much, some melodies, everyone's using auto-tune now, but like I take pride on like actually rapping, coming up with like witty bars. And like the boom bap style beats. So some of my big influence in the secular space was Griselda. Griselda. So like they have those like real dark, gritty beats. And actually my boy Tunes gave me the idea. He's like, yo, why don't you take these dark beats and like be the light on them, right? So
that's deep.
Man, and that's where it came from.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. I love what you're doing, man. So keep that up, for real. That's big time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like on a lot of the songs, it's kind of like that darkness. It's like the very deep voice. I don't know what effect that is, but it's like a it sounds like Dylan's on the song for sure.
Almost like that Screwed.
It's like Screwed, exactly. And so when you do that and then you come in with your normal voice right after, it just it hits on another level, and
appreciate that.
It makes it easy to listen to, but also it makes the message super clear too. And man, I don't know, I've always loved your music, bro.
Thank you.
1000%.
My next question and my last question on here that I have written down is it's a deep question, bro, and I kind of want to ended mine with this question was, if God told you to step away from music right now, the Holy Spirit told you to step away from music right now, would you do it?
Absolutely. I struggle with, does God want me to do music? So I battle right now between like, am I doing this for attention, or am I doing this because this is what I'm called to do? You know what I mean? And so like, I think that would be the cop out. I think the easy route would be like, okay, God, like I'm good. I think the harder route would be to actually accept the calling and actually keep putting this music out, keep putting this message out, keep living for Christ. So I'm struggling with that right now. Like, I'm gonna be honest, before this I was like, I don't know if I want to put any more music out, but I always ask God, like, if you want me to, let me know. And I feel like stuff like this kind of like is God working through people like you guys to be like, nah, you're on the right track. You know, keep doing what you're
doing.
That's dope, bro.
Absolutely are. No, I appreciate you sharing that and being vulnerable here with us today.
Yeah, man, for sure.
That's the authentic approach, man, and being here at the Authentic Podcast. And I think that's a great way to wrap up the question. You know, I don't really have any other questions to outbeat that, you know, in this podcast here. And you know, one thing I do want to, I might as well ask this: have you had a fan though? Actually, you know what? Give us one sec. We're gonna come right back to this. Let's take a real quick break. We're gonna come right back because we actually got a little special gift for you as well that we want to get over to you. Okay, so we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Man, shouts out for y'all to tap in at The Authentic Podcast. I'm gonna wrap it up here very shortly, but Lito, I got a question for you, man, and I wanna leave it with this. You know, if you could talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell them that you're doing right?
I would tell him that he's working hard, and that to keep seeking God. I think even at 18, I was always praying and seeking God. And I would just let him know that, God's got you.
Always. That's fine, man.
And to not waste your time on this dumb stuff, man.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things I know now, like if I had started doing them when I was 18, I'd be a lot further.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I agree.
yeah.
I agree. No, man, that's fine, man. And again, this is all here at The Authentic Podcast, brought to you at Where Grinding Never Stops. Man, y'all make Lito feel welcome. Connect with him, tap in with him, you know, and stay tuned because we got a very special treat for y'all. Lito's gonna go ahead and show y'all a little sneak peek of what's about to drop, man.
Yeah, where can they find you?
Yeah,
at, bro?
please.
Where can they
You
find
can
you?
find me on all streaming platforms under Lito with 3 I's, Liito, and on Instagram, TikTok, _Liito.
Too easy, bro.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Appreciate you being here, bro. Real stuff, man.
Thanks, man. Dope. Love you, dog.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, man. For real.
Absolutely.
Y'all tap in.
And, tap in. Before we go, my boy E, man. So this is the Authentic Podcast, brought to you by Where Grinding Never Stops, man. And so all of this, all the editing, everything that's been done is by our boy E, and he's brought you something from his brand.
All right, shout out E, man. Appreciate you, man.
What we got?
Some fresh socks, boy.
Socks, man. I'm about to wear these next time I hoop.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, once you put them on, you won't want to take them off.
Same, bro.
I'm telling you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Where Grinding Never Stops, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you. These are dope.
Y'all stay tapped in, man. Welcome again to The Authentic Podcast. Stay tuned.
Come on.
Special treat coming up here very soon.
Yeah.
The smile right on my face. It's been a while since I grabbed a plate, but don't forget to bow your head when you pray. Ayy, we killing flesh, don't let the test get the best of ya. We ain't following these trends, we follow Yeshua. I got my hands up in the crowd just like a festival. Just stick to scripture, don't turn this thing to a skeptical look. We don't need no smoking light, the truth is self-suffice. I opened up the book of life, that's where I get advice. The depths of the darkest valley is where I bring my light. Not with flesh and blood, but principalities we really fight. I'm battling these demons, new ones pop up every season. Praying against like every legion, singing his name till I'm done breathing. Reading about grace in Ephesians, having the faith of babies heathen. Living for him, no other reason. Speaking the truth, they think I'm preaching. But I'm just teaching y'all. I raised it, so you gotta up your game to reach the ball. Misconception about Christians is that they style whack, but I be styling on him till the day he coming back. God gave me style, God gave me grace. God put this smile right on my face. It's been a while since I grabbed the plate, but don't forget to bow your head when you pray. Ayy, God gave me style, God gave me grace. God put this smile right on my face. It's been a while since I grabbed a plate, but don't forget to bow your head when you pray, ayy.